Hmm. Hello, guys, and welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing well. As you can see, that I'm in a good mood, and as you can see, I'm eating some raw meat, some raw beef, very fatty raw beef, as well as some raw beef liver, and yeah, I'm gonna making this video basically to share with you guys some of my tips that I have for you guys as far as food is concerned. Basically, I've been a raw carnivore for a couple of years now. Basically, all I eat is raw animal foods, so like raw beef, raw liver, raw eggs, raw fish, and I also eat a little bit of honey every day and some fruit here and there. And basically, I'm making this video to talk about why I recommend people to go um, on a raw carnivore diet, why I believe that people should be eating raw meat and raw liver and raw animal foods. The reason for that, I think, is because raw meat and raw animal foods in general is literally the healthiest thing that anybody can eat. And the reason for that is very simple. It is because raw meat and raw animal foods in general contain the highest concentration of nutrients. So, as far as vitamins and minerals are concerned, uh, raw animal foods contain the highest amount by far compared to any food in the world. So there is no, banana or mango or tomato or potato that contains anywhere near the amount of nutrients that are contained in raw animal foods. And this is why I recommend people to eat as much raw animal foods as they can. Another reason is, I see a lot of people out there doing, this cooked carnivore. They eat a lot of animal products, which is great, but they tend to cook their meat. So if they're making chicken or if they're making beef or whatever, they'll take beef patties and they'll like cook them, um, on the grill or whatever. And obviously that's not good because when you cook the meat, you are destroying a lot of the nutrients which are contained in the meat because a lot of the vitamins are very heat sensitive. So especially the B vitamins and vitamin C are very, very heat sensitive. But even other, even the fat soluble vitamins like vitamin A and vitamin D and E and K are also quite sensitive to heat to some extent. So they are still going to be destroyed. So obviously that's not good and you want to avoid doing that. And that's the reason why it's better for you to, guys, if you're going to eat meat, it's better for you to eat raw meat and especially raw liver because raw liver is the best food in the world. Raw liver is a superfood. It is the superfood. It is the best thing that anybody can consume in the world because raw liver contains ridiculous amounts of vitamins and minerals, especially, vitamin A is through the fucking roof. It is ridiculous the amount of vitamin A contained in liver, as well as B vitamins, vitamin C. Sometimes there's also some vitamin D, and obviously the minerals. Liver pretty much has all the minerals, from selenium to magnesium to potassium to manganese to zinc to iron, basically the whole all of the nutrients. So basically, if you just consume like 100 grams of liver every day, you would be getting most of your nutrients. Uh, most of your nutrients you would be getting in that serving of liver. So um, back to the topic, I said I recommend people to eat a lot of raw meat, and I think it's a great idea to eat as much raw meat and raw animal foods in general as much as possible. And it's good to also include some fruit and honey. Obviously, the fruit is because fruit does not contain any anti-nutrients like vegetables do and grains. Vegetables and grains contain a lot of toxic compounds and anti-nutrients, which are not contained in fruit. Fruit is free of those. Fruit is generally very safe to eat, doesn't contain any anti-nutrients, is not going to mess up your digestion. It is not going to prevent any nutrients from being absorbed. And of course, fruit also contains a good amount of nutrition. Obviously, nowhere near as much as meat or animal foods, but from fruit, you're still going to get some nutrition. Typically, if you eat like a banana, you're going to get a decent amount of like vitamin C and potassium and possibly also magnesium and maybe some other a trace amount of minerals. So yeah, it's a good idea to eat raw meat. Always include it in your diet. Eat as much of it as you can. I actually consume a lot of raw meat and raw animal foods every day. And the reason why I think everybody should switch to animal-based or carnivore, whatever you want to call it, is very simple. It's because most of the nutrients, like I said, are found in animal foods. Animal foods tend to be very dense in nutrients. And like I gave the example of liver, um, liver is packed full of nutrients. And of course, the reason to eat animal based, like I said, is because they're very dense in nutrients. And also, animal foods can guarantee that you get all of the nutrients that you need. So, on an animal based diet, it is very easy to get vitamin A, B vitamins, all of them. Vitamin C is found in liver and kidneys. Um, Vitamin D, again, very easy to get from things like fatty fish and eggs. Vitamin E is also contained in a lot of different animal foods, like eggs as well. And all the trace minerals are also contained in animal foods. They're very easy to get on animal foods. Potassium, selenium, manganese, magnesium, iron, zinc, calcium, and zinc and copper are very easy to get on an animal-based diet. And of course, guys, I don't recommend people to switch to a vegan diet for obvious reasons, because the vegan diet does not actually provide all of the nutrients that you need. Actually, some people claim that there's about 10 or from 10 to 15 nutrients that are not contained in the vegan diet. So if you go vegan, you're going to be deficient in nutrients, and eventually you're going to look like shit. Excuse me. As we've seen with a lot of vegans, they tend to look like shit, and eventually you're going to die. So you're going to get sick and you're going to die. So yeah, it's a good idea to eat animal-based, eat a lot of raw meat, a lot of dairy products, eggs, animal foods, and it's also a good idea to include some fruits and honey here and there. Nothing wrong with doing that. I am not against plant foods. It's not like I hate plant foods. It's not like I think people should never touch plant foods. It's just that people nowadays tend to eat way too much plant-based foods. And obviously all of this is, again, just like with the gang stalking, it is also the fault of the government. So it is the government's fault that people are eating trash food, because it is the government which is, telling people to follow the food pyramid. And of course, the food pyramid is based, the base of the pyramid is like 50% carbs, coming from grains like, seeds and grains like bread, pasta, and rice and noodles and that kind of stuff. And the food pyramid is horrible because it does not recommend people to eat enough fats and proteins, and tends to, recommend for a much higher intake of like I said, grains and vegetables and that kind of stuff. So that's obviously not good. So again, the government is at fault here. It is the government's fault that there's a lot of problems in the world. I'm actually surprised that people don't see it the way that I see it, But anyway, just want to notice something that obviously because, I'm making this video, which is basically about the raw primal or raw carnivore diet. But this is a channel that is mainly about gang stalking. This is a gang stalking channel, so I'm going to try to tie it into gang stalking. And I think, I'm going to say to target individuals out there, it's a good idea for us to eat healthy. And that's why I recommend you to eat raw animal foods, because they are the healthiest thing that you can eat. And of course, as target individuals, your stress levels are going to be very high with the gang stalking. So it's always a good idea to eat as many nutrients as possible in order to reduce inflammation and stress. And, you guys would be surprised, if you can get a lot of the nutrients that you require on a daily basis, that can actually have a huge impact on your mood. It can really reduce elements of stress and things like that. You'd be surprised that, just getting enough magnesium and potassium, would have a huge, huge impact in relaxing you and putting you in a good mood and that kind of stuff. So this is the reason why I recommend targeted individuals or anybody dealing with gang stalking, eat your fucking raw meat and animal foods, get good nutrition. That way you're going to be at the best performance, at the best, health-wise, and you're going to be able to deal with any of the problems that happen with gang stalking. So definitely, for us target individuals, it is of utmost importance to focus on having a healthy diet. And, this is a little shout out to James Harkin. If you guys know James Harkin, he has posted some videos in the past about gang stalking. He's one of the, I think, most prominent people on YouTube, at least, that have talked about gang stalking. He's generally a great guy, and I like that guy. I like his videos. I like the content. I like the tips that he gives people. And, shout out to you, man, if you're out there, stay safe. Hope you're doing well. But in one of your videos, James Harkin, you recommend people to eat a vegan diet. And I completely disagree with that. I think that's a really horrible recommendation to make to people. I think people should not eat a vegan diet. I think you guys, especially if you're being targeted, you should stay away from veganism, and you should eat as many raw animal foods in order to be, healthy. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys learned something new today, and hope something of value comes to you that you can use in your life. And of course, this is a gang stalking channel, but this video is about the raw primal and carnivore diet. So any one of you guys watching this who are maybe from the other circles, like the raw primal or raw carnivore community, I hope this was interesting to you guys. And obviously, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys in the next one.